The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, Happer.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so good.
That got sensual right off the bat there. That was
I decided I was just going to stay in my lane and not take a hard right to start the show. How you feeling? I got time. There's no reason to just
There's
go
plenty of time.
right there.
The shows have been like pushing 2 hours lately. You got plenty of time to take that hard right turn.
There was no off ramp. That was really the only thing that stopped me. Not gonna lie.
Baseball, man.
Baseball. Woo. We're going. We're back, baby.
You guys did a great job breaking down the AL Central last night on Backwards K. So by Mookie's calculations, you only have about 12 more.
12 more divisions to break down. Yeah, we'll get there though.
Hopefully.
We'll recalculate.
Scott, are you feeling like me where I feel like a little lost? Like I've got spring training baseball, but it hasn't really started yet. And soccer kicked up, and I know you're not a big soccer fan, so this dead time right now is just sort of like floating at sea and grasping for any type of sports content that I really care about at this point. Like I'm struggling.
Kind of, but I am balls deep in fantasy baseball preparation. So I am equal parts trying to focus on that and not let time slip away too much because the draft is coming up fast and quick, man. So I got things going on. So I don't really notice.
Mookie,
I'm going for a three-peat, man. Fuck off.
I'm
gonna have to pay Pat Riley for the merch this fall.
That voice
I just don't get it though.
Mookie, how you doing, man?
Yeah, because you're doing all this work now for a season that's like 9 years long, so you're gonna have to do it again later, anyways. Like, why are you working so hard for a season that's got plenty of time to grind?
It's a good question there, Scott. Why are you working so hard?
Because I enjoy the grind. I enjoy digging deep to find the one person that somebody else didn't find.
Whoa. All right. This is weird. This is a weird start to the show.
But I want to hear this.
We
out
didn't
a
take
more,
hard,
Scott,
right?
because like is fantasy baseball similar to fantasy hockey, where you got to also play the matchups during the week as well? Like you could find that deep player, but if he's got 3 off days that week or something, like how valuable is an individual player in fantasy baseball? Because I'm not convinced.
You know how it is, man. You can't win the league at the draft, but you can lose that motherfucker.
How are we getting fantasy coach speak over here? What a terrible way to start the show. Is Scott giving us
and I declined taking a hard right turn for this, so you're welcome.
Which I'm gonna call
taking the hard right turn. Better than, well, you can't lose the fantasy season in the draft, or you can lose it, but you can't win it. Blah, blah, blah.
Spoken like a guy who's only played till 2 weeks after the draft in every fantasy league he's ever been in.
I'm surprised you gave me 2 weeks.
Hey, to be fair, that's like a quarter of the NFL season or the fantasy football season. Fantasy baseball, that's like, I don't know what, like
2%. That's nothing.
Yeah, you didn't even play enough minutes to get credit for playing in that game. You didn't show up in enough innings to get credited on the stat sheet. Like that's the equivalent of playing 2 2/3 innings where you were going to be the third out of the inning, but then they pinch hit for you, so you didn't even get the AB to show up on the box score.
I've gone more than 2 weeks in fantasy sports. I've definitely gone more than 2 weeks. Not much more than 2 weeks, but I've definitely gone more than 2 weeks.
What is the longest you've gone that's not football?
That's not football.
That's not football.
I mean, in that case, it's only been fantasy baseball, and I think maybe a month and a half.
All right, I'll give it to you, man. That's solid. That is a grind, because that's 6 weeks where you're working real hard for a month and a half, and you look up and you're like, this record's pointless. I'm not locked into any playoff spot right now. All I could do is go down. Like, why keep grinding?
At 6 weeks, I'm like, this is way more work than I thought it was going to be. I am officially out. It's time for a fire sale. Who wants all of my players? And then Scott gets the trade vetoed.
While we're bringing up old stuff, that's deep cut stuff.
Listen, we got an awesome show. We could talk fantasy baseball all show, but we wouldn't subject anybody in.
I wouldn't do that
to that talk. So instead, we're going to talk Wemby getting hurt, getting sidelined, and I think, guys, I'm calling conspiracy theory on this. We got a conspiracy theory to talk about Wemby and Pop both going out in San Antonio. I want to talk about a Michigan player who picked the worst time ever to accomplish a life milestone. We've got to talk about this Steve Smith Sr. thing. Well, that is tailor-made for this show, to talk about Steve Smith Sr. and him getting called out on Twitter over the weekend. The NFL making some rule changes, or supposedly making some rule changes. We owe Marcus Jordan an apology. Scott's going to do that hockey. Tons to get to tonight. Before we get to all of that, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. As always, we are rating them on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what is in your mug tonight, dog or no dog?
Taking a break from the sours because my wife picked up a beer from her hair salon. They did a collabo. Yes, the
hair salon.
Yes, it's called Salon Noir, and they did a collabo with Toxic Brewing Company out of Dayton, and it is a 6.5% chocolate raspberry porter, and it's a dog. It's a dog.
That sounds amazing.
When my wife said, "Hey, I got you something," while I was at the salon, I'm like, "Oh, some beard grooming stuff that I'll forget that I have, and we'll just sit under the hooray." And I turned around and I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks for the beer." I was like, "So what'd you get from the salon?" She's like, "The beer." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm not sure who this collab helps for, but apparently the at least the brewery is getting something off this. Their wives are bringing home beer to their husbands, so
that's pretty. I mean, that's a genius marketing plan. On
and it's good beer on top of it. It's not just like, oh, hey, we want to just get in there.
Let me ask you, what's the can look like? What's that can look like?
The can, let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see the can art. Well, it's black and white, so yeah, you can see it. It's a local artist that I'm pretty sure that did it, because it says art by Kevy.
Good work, Kevy. But it says Salon Noir right there up at the top. I saw, and then it's got the brewery name. Look at that. They collaborated on a brew and got their name right there on the can. They got a can, and they got their name. Impressive. That's good work. Guys, we should take notes. We should see if we can make that happen.
We should.
If only we
tried to launch one. We tried to launch once. We can try to launch twice, I guess.
I mean, and if only we knew a way to get it into some hair salons to try a marketing play here, right? Like, test it out, see if that play works. I don't know. I just hear that some people might be able to help us out with that. I don't know. People are saying.
People may. Mookie, what are you drinking?
I tap back into the lime cucumber gose. So Scott gave up the sours. I kind of picked one up because with that lime, it's got just the right amount of tart. Dude, this thing's a dog. It was a dog last time. It's a dog this time. I don't know if this is one of the 3-year-old beers. There's no date on it anywhere, but if it is, it kept real well. Delish. I'm again sad I only have the 16 ounces to drink. It'll be all right though.
I'm reading some comments as you guys are going through your beers. So Matt Barr, Scott, is protesting your championships because he said you set up the league, so he's disputing.
No. All right, I can't. I'm gonna come on a man's defense because I've been running a fantasy hockey league for 10 years and still ain't got a damn title. So like, running the league has no influence over the outcome.
If you set up the league and you've got back-to-back titles, you think there'd be some questions flowing around that league there, Mook?
Look, dude, if it's that easy to rig a league to win yourself a fantasy title, don't you think I would have figured it out by now?
It's really not easy, especially considering both of the years that I won. I started off the season like 1-5. Like it was pure grit, man. I would not put myself in that big of a hole if I was rigging shit. I can promise you.
Or that's exactly what you would do to throw people off your set. I see how you're working here, Scott. I see how you do it.
I see how you're working.
Steve, no, can we go off the record for a second? Is that cool?
Sure.
Can we go off the record? Because one year I did. Okay, cool. We're off the record. Perfect.
Off the record.
Off the record. I did put a lot of effort into our schedule in fantasy hockey. I looked at the divisions. I tried to balance things and schedule rivalry weeks at certain times and whatever. I didn't cheat. I just try to creatively schedule things, and I still ended up out of the playoffs. So, you might say Scott front-loaded his schedule to give himself all his tough opponents early on in the season, but at the end of the day, plays are made on the field, not in the commissioner's box.
Listen, I don't even begrudge you, Scott. I'm cool with it. You want to cheat? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So
that's right.
Listen, I played high school golf. I know what it's like to kick one out from behind the tree. Okay, I got you, Scott. I got you. Just admit it. Don't lie about no, I don't. How could I do something like that? I was 1-5, and it was pure grit and determination that pulled me. You know what I did? I pulled myself up by the bootstraps. That's what I did. That's
right.
What we need to do in this country. We need to get back to that, just pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps.
All right, cool.
You could say, and some people might say, that Scott's titles were the epitome of meritocracy, right? If we're going that far.
Scott, did Starlink help with your wins? Is that what happened?
Hard right turn.
Wait, hold on. We got the drop. Remember, we decided this.
No, you decided this. This is not what we decided.
I thought we voted.
No, there's no vote. There was you pressing the
You
button.
didn't even press the drop, by the way, so I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, because then he made me feel dumb. But so what you're saying is I just doged it?
Sell out.
Just walked right on in there, pressed the button before anyone could kick me out, or the subpoena could stick, the injunction could hit.
You feel shame? That's weird.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Shame's for people with a soul.
Okay, just check
in me right now. My fate's been sealed.
Moving back into the comments, Robert Taylor said he's getting Matt Barr into D&D, and he said that you and I are next, Scott. Mookie apparently not invited to the D&D.
Because he knows what I would count some fucking cards. I know you don't have cards, but I would figure out those dice rolls.
Don't think that's how that works. All right, sure Robert. Speaking of Robert, he's drinking a pirate float tonight. Captain Morgan, root beer, schnapps, and Coke. He says it's absolute perfection, and in a later comment, he says it's a dark. Get it?
Oh boy.
Should we?
I mean, it sounds delicious. So just for giving us the recipe alone,
good. It sounds good, but for the dark comment, I'm sorry.
Fool this man.
I thought you were good. I thought you gave him the rap or horn for the it's a dar.
The rap or horn?
The or horn.
Yeah, that too.
Or horn.
Fired up that or horn.
Hit that horn.
I told you it's going to be rough. I told you.
I didn't realize when you said it was going to be rough, I didn't realize you were going to be saying stuff like or horn. I thought you were just in a bad mood. I didn't realize it was
just stroke out mid-sentence.
I mean, here's what it comes down to.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.
Ask me right now. That's where I'm at.
Fantastic. Gabe is drinking Living a Double Life Doppelbock, 8.5% ABV from Wiseman Brewing Company in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home of the Hooch Pooches, boys.
Dude, there are so many hyphens in that message. So many.
Caesar used to tease us about using ellipses in text. How does he feel about dashes? Because that's a lot of dashes.
That's all the dashes.
But did he use them correctly? I mean, like, that's what I want to know.
I'm not knocking them. It just happens. It's the focus was because Winston-Salem automatically has the dash, and so that just adds to it all. Like, it's really not as noticeable, but when you have a word that already has a dash within the dashes, it's like the inception of dashes out in this.
But see, now I can't miss the fact he missed the comma after Salem. Like, come on, Gabe, you can get all those dashes right and miss the damn comma.
The typo 50.
Also, Mike, I know we have to get to your beer before we talk soccer, but did you hear the news about the FC Cincinnati Charlotte game this year?
I did not.
Oh,
Queen
okay.
City
All
Derby.
right.
All right,
We'll touch on that.
Okay. Going through the comments still, Matt Barr drinking a Yingling says it's like seeing the family dog when you're home from college. You can't beat it sometimes. I agree.
You should never beat your dog, first of all.
Because you can't beat it.
I'm just saying.
Shouldn't and can't, two totally separate words.
We're getting like Grammarly here on the show tonight. Like, we're really getting in deep.
It said the life of Moose taking L's.
Yep.
And then Matt Barr said, shame is for people with the soul. Mike has no shame then, huh? No. Ginger joke.
With the hard R, too.
I'm allowed to say ginger. All right, so tonight,
ginger, please.
My favorite shirt I own. I am drinking Space Dream from Other Half Brewing. This is a double dry hopped oat cream IPA.
What?
Pause.
Yeah, exactly. I got it. That's exactly why I got it. Mook was for that joke right there. It's 6%. Look at how hazy.
Oh, yes.
Damn.
That is like.
I mean, you said it was a DDH and it was a cream IPA.
Cream ale?
Like,
yeah.
Double dry hopped oat cream IPA. It's great. It's a really good beer. This one's got. We haven't said it in a long time on this show, but it's got good mouthfeel. It's
You wouldn't be able to see through that beer unless they filtered it like 2 billion times.
Even then, I feel like there's going to be some sediment still sitting. There's going to be some chunks floating. It's good though. It's a really good beer. Absolutely.
Is it weird that I like when there's chunks floating? Like when you pour it out and you see chunks, it's like that's a good sign. Oh, it's gonna be a good time.
All right.
Be awesome.
3rd and 2.
Yeah, Gabe. What else are we talking? Are you a broccoli beer? That's outrageous.
Other half makes them. I saw that actually. Now that he says that, I saw that at the bottle shop. I thought it was just like the logo. I didn't realize it was actually like broccoli beer. I thought it was just like a type of. I gotta check this one out now.
You go first on that one.
I will. I'll plow through on that one. I should have saved that for the Steve Smith thing. Damn it. Anyways, let's talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
Plowing through would have been a great transition for Steve Smith. So boys, the big news this weekend, Wemby is out for the year. He has blood clots, so they have shut him down. No Wemby for the rest of the season. Exactly. It's very Chris Bosh reminiscent, boys. Like this ruined Chris Bosh's career. Wemby's so young, like everybody looks to him as the face of the league, not just the Spurs. But then shortly after Wemby went out, it was announced that Pop is also going to miss the rest of the season because he had a stroke, and his future with the Spurs is doubtful. So they do not know if he's going to return. Before I get to my conspiracy theory on this, Scott, how do you feel about Wemby, like the guy in the NBA right now, not being here for the rest of the season?
Bronny's still in the NBA, right? Like we still got coverage. We still got coverage, right? Like we're still
I mean,
good. The league is still in good hands
right now.
Yeah, but it's the league proper. Like I mean,
The league is the league.
He's not on a 10-day contract. Like he's signed. He's there. So we're good. We're in good hands. The future's bright. We gonna be all right.
Mookie, how'd you feel once you found out Wemby was done?
Dude, I'm worried. Like I feel like this is a lot to do about nothing because the kid is young. I mean, he's like 14, 15 now, like something like that. But yeah, blood clots in a dude that tall, that big, that's scary. And because here's the thing, he could still come back and play, but this could take that edge, that could take that next thing off of him that makes him just another guy, which is not what the NBA needed. But there's also a part of me that expects this to happen at some point in his career, because you watch that dude play and you're like, a human is just not meant to, the physics don't work. Like, how is this possible? I hope it's just no big deal. I hope they shut him down for the year. They get him right. I heard that it was really just because he's on blood thinners as a precaution, and the NBA will not allow you to play in the league while you're on blood thinners. And so, if there was a different way to treat it, he'd still be playing. But, oh, man, I just hope we see him back next year and he's even better than he was this year. Otherwise, I don't know, dude. It might be another Yao Ming.
Scott, if you are 7 feet 3 inches tall, can you be just another guy in the NBA? I feel like if you're 7'3", you can't be just another guy.
I don't know, man. I'd tell him being 6'3", so I should 7'5". I'm 5'7", so yeah. Don't ask me about being a jag at 7'5". I'd do some things if I was 7'5". I'd be standing there just I'm tall in the NBA. This is my life just because I'm 7'5". Look at what this height has afforded me. Instead, I'm just 5'7".
Right. So Scott would end up being just another guy.
Look at what this height has afforded me. So no, you can't be just another guy at 7'5" in the NBA.
I mean, if you're just standing around pointing at everyone going, look at me, look how tall I am, I'm in the NBA, while dudes are dribbling past you or you're missing the pass in the post.
Oh no, I'd be swatting some shit, dude. It'd be a block party if I was 7'5". No doubt.
That's the thing. I feel like that's why you can't be just a guy at 7'3". You're still gonna get some swats, man. And yes, Gabe rightfully pointing out Bol. Eddie, the dude from Purdue, and now Victor Wembanyama. I guess you could be a 7'3" just guy in the league, supposedly.
And then Dorian chiming in, being 7'5" working at Walmart isn't a good look. But
Sure
dude,
ain't.
you can get everything off the top shelf. You'd be everyone's favorite worker.
I want to get here. Let's do this proper. Because I do have a conspiracy theory about this.
I hope you're going where I think you're going, man.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. So back in the day, boys, 96-97 season, the Spurs had David Robinson on their team, and David Robinson got hurt, and he played in 6 games that year. They had a terrible season. Started off the season 3-15. They fired their coach, and the general manager came down and said, you know what? I'm taking this shit over. The general manager was Greg Popovich. All right. So Pop steps in, starts his career with the Spurs on the bench. That season, because of how terrible the Spurs were,
Tim Duncan.
They drafted Tim Duncan. You damn right. So the start of Pop's career has David Robinson and Tim Duncan, the Twin Towers, just two beasts at the 4-5, unbelievable talent, Hall of Famers, just amazing players. This year, we fast forward to now, Victor Wembanyama gets hurt. The Spurs likely going to suck the rest of the year. They've got a shot now at Cooper Flag, another giant who is likely going to be a Hall of Famer at the end of Pop's career. So Pop's career is bookended by a tanking Spurs team that gets Tim Duncan to pair with David Robinson, and it ends with Cooper Flag to pair with Victor Wembanyama. Scott, is this all part of the plan here?
Get the frozen envelopes ready, my man. It's happening. That's too juicy of a story. That shit writes itself. I'm all the way in for this one.
I didn't even think about it until like it was announced that Pop wasn't coming back this year. And I was like, man, Pop's been there forever. When did he first? And I was like, oh shit, that was 96.
I actually didn't know that he had come from the GM.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I do remember it being his first year, but I thought they just had hired him from outside the organization.
Nope, he was GM and then came down onto the bench and then never left. He was like, listen, I'll take this interim job. And then he got done and he was like, you know what? This shit's mine. Nobody's taking this seat from me. This is my job.
It seems mighty familiar right now. Oh, it hurts.
Hard,
It hurts.
right, turn. How do you feel about this conspiracy theory?
I really, really like it. But Gabe pointing out in the chat that Wizards only have 10 wins. 10 wins for the Wizards and the Spurs.
Well, no, that's why. No, that's why I said you got to get them frozen envelopes.
Yeah,
the NBA gonna rig this shit, baby. Like
that's true. Yeah,
we can make it dramatic. Their odds don't matter. What matters is that they ended up with the number one ping.
Yeah.
And
it'll be one of those where they have like a long shot odds to get them because it's not going to be 1-to-1. Back then, there was no, you couldn't really, you tank and you were good. Like this is
not helping my starting 1 and 5 argument. This is not helping.
This is Pop setting up the next coach for the next 25 years with another 2 big men that'll just dominate the league for a while.
Or he's setting up himself. They said I couldn't come back and I thought I was going to die. And I got better. One more. We're going to give it one more shot.
or even better, he just moves back up to the front office and puts the other coach in. He
never left the front office. I'm pretty sure he's.
Well, he just goes back up there and lets someone else coach. He's like, I've clearly been working too hard. All I got to do is orchestrate from up above. Like, I don't know. I mean, hey, let's see it happen. I'm for it. Let's create some interest. Scotch is giggling himself over there. I missed it. What did you say?
I hear what he said while you were talking.
Not a clue. I was trying to figure it out while I was talking to buy myself time, and it never clicked.
Go back and rewind that one, kids. Oh, it's 3rd and 2.
More basketball news. So Michigan center Vlad Goldin. Wait, hold on. Before I get to that, did you guys hear about the Wemby jersey swap with this kid? I forgot to mention this to you guys.
No.
What?
There was a kid that went to a Spurs game and held up a sign that he wanted to trade jerseys with Wemby. He was wearing a little tiny Wemby jersey and wanted to trade with Wemby. And sure enough, Wemby came over and traded the kid his jersey. They did a jersey swap, took the picture, classic Kodak moment. The Spurs tweeted about it. They were like, what a great jersey swap. Best jersey swap of the year, blah, blah, blah. The family's selling that jersey. They put it up for auction.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Actually, hold on. Here, this is... Oh, fuck, where'd it go?
They just
There it is.
They earned that one.
It's amazing to me that they were just
Holy
like,
crap.
come on, get this jersey swap. Like, here's what we're going to do.
Cough button, my man. Jesus.
I was trying to say, it wasn't...
It's a whole ass cough right into the mic, dude. You didn't catch yourself or nothing. You're just,
It came out of nowhere, man.
I know, that was the funny part is you stumbled into it too. It's like it jerks you toward the mic.
It was an alternate jersey too. This wasn't just like a boring regular Wemby Spurs one. It was like their teal one.
Dude, it's so amazing that they did this. It is
game.
When I saw this story, I was like, Scott would 100% do this with his kids. Absolutely.
This kid has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, like that. Wembley wouldn't be back in the locker room before that shit was on eBay, dude. Are you kidding me? I'd have that thing. I'd have everything ready to go so that the minute he signed it, photo, bam, go auction live. Highest bidder, let's go.
I mean, you watch that video of like the dad staging. This kid has no clue who this guy is. First of all, zero clue who Wemby is. It's very obvious.
Like, how many times has he done the same exact photo up?
That's what I'm wondering.
Right.
Like, how does he do this in
Right.
other instances? So here it is. This was something that Wemby tweeted out where he grabbed the tweet from the Spurs with like this. Oh my God, that's amazing! Smiley face, like I'm tearing up. Best jersey swap ever with a little kid with Wemby's jersey. Wemby holding the little kids, and then next picture is just the auction site, and they list it out as saying jersey swap with young fan after game.
That's amazing. I love that. That's good stuff.
Team high 19 points, by the way, guys.
Only 7 boards, kind of a
Not a great night. Yeah, again, just
night.
another guy. Just another guy. Do we have any idea what it's going for?
No, I haven't been able to find the actual auction.
I'm just curious. I'm thinking, what would you say, like $5,000?
No,
I'm
it doesn't say that it was autographed. I think it was just the jersey swap. So that's why I don't think it's going to sell for a ton. Like, yeah, it's game worn, but you're not going to get a boatload out of it without it being autographed.
Yeah, I mean, well, not only that. I mean, it's not like it was some epic game on top of that or anything. Like, it was just some 19-point Tuesday night game in December. Like, yeah, whatever.
Oh,
The season had just opened 2 days earlier.
2 days after tip-off, man. He's still
That's barely out of preseason games, man. What are we talking about here? Little 19-point night. Yeah, Wemby don't remember it either.
Starting bid is $10,000.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess you will get a good amount. Imagine if he had signed it. Wow,
Yeah, right.
a bunch of dummies could have gotten at least 20. All right, so Michigan played Michigan State over the weekend. Michigan at the time was ranked number 12. Michigan State was ranked number 14. Michigan State goes to Ann Arbor, upsets Michigan. Big game. Michigan State took over first place in the Big Ten, so it was a big deal. The center for Michigan, a guy by the name of Vlad Goldin, decided that was the moment that he was going to propose to his girlfriend. So after losing to your in-state rival, my man went to center court and proposed to his girlfriend, starting his marriage off taking L's. Like, he's just getting used to it now of like, well, I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life. I guess might as well just do it after taking a big L on the court. Scott, is this the worst time for a college athlete to propose to his girlfriend?
No, like you stated, he's just getting into practice. Kind of like that last story. Like, we're all going to be selling our personal belongings soon. That family was just getting a head start on what's to come.
God.
So in this case, my man is just getting a head start on L's. Like, look, there's going to be all the compromise, and it's all going to come from my side. Like, here's one more L in the book. Why not? But really, my guess is that this dude was overconfident that they were going to win this game and had the ring, and it probably told enough people that were there that he just had to fucking do it.
Right. That's exactly what it was. It had to be that the family, like mom and dad, and everyone was there. And
that's what I thought. I'm like, well, of course
he was have that L.
That's the worst part, fellas. He had planned on doing it the next day. So he wanted to propose on Valentine's Day, but he was in Columbus playing Ohio State. So he couldn't propose on Valentine's Day. So they were celebrating Valentine's Day the next weekend. They were going out to dinner. He had this all planned out that he was going to take her out to this dinner and then propose. But after doing the media, after the loss, he was like, now's as good a time as any. And then brought her down to the floor, pretending like they were just going to take a picture and then dropped to a knee and proposed. He said afterwards, like they were doing interviews and it's like, TV reporters are interviewing, and his girlfriend was like, oh my God, I guess I should tell my parents before they see it on TV. So like she had to excuse herself to go let her parents know that she just got engaged.
This is the kind of idiot that you get at Michigan. This is the kind of idiots. These are the Michigan Wolverines right there. That's what this is. This kid. God damn it. I don't know why this makes me so mad, but this is just stupid. Like, you know what it is? He probably had a shit game and just didn't want to actually face tough questions and have to, own up to it after the game with coach and players. Like, what kind of cop out is this shit?
I like that a lot. This is just his way of in film session the next day to just be like,
yeah, because he knows no one's going to ride his ass about this all week. He's not going to get ripped apart in the media and stuff because I'll be, oh, it's so sweet. I proposed to his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. No, he probably played like shit and doesn't want to get reamed.
All right, now I got to look it up. Scott, what do you think knowing that information now?
I'm in on Mookie's theory. I'm all the way in on this. Like let's
he's supposed to be one of their stars too.
Let's check the box score for confirmation, but I think this thing has legs.
Because he did me a solid when he lost to the Buckeyes as well and won me a bunch of money. So like I'm not mad about that necessarily. It's just quit being a chump.
Being a chump.
I like the idea that he's using his engagement whatever way for his own personal gain, whether it be to avoid media, conversations about his untimely play or whatever. Like it, yes, there's got to be something here. Otherwise, it really doesn't add up. Like really, it doesn't make sense.
He led the team.
How many points?
21
points. 21 points. 21 points.
Game,
Victor Wemby doesn't even sign a jersey for 21 points. Get the hell out of here. 21 points.
21 points. He had 5 rebounds. No blocks. So a little.
He had he had 21 and 5.
21 and 5.
Oh, gee, that's terrible.
That's a good college stat line, dude. What are you talking about?
He's supposed to be like to be like one of the dudes in the Big Ten. He's supposed to be like one of the main players that like is making Michigan a contender, and you put up 21 and 5 at home against your rival for the Big Ten lead on the line, like, yeah, go propose.
He's close to hitting us with it. I could do that.
I could easily do that. I could easily give you 21 and 5 and then make that
21 and 5.
I roll out of bed and get me, I don't know, 7 and 2.
There's bench warmers in college ball who are the best players on their high school team, and Mookie's like, nah, just roll out there and 21 and 5. 21 and 5. just another night at the office stat line.
Mookie wouldn't get the ball across half court. He would turn it over before half court. And if for some reason they tried to pass it to him, like they were like, no, we're bringing it up, and they tried to pass it to him, guarantee I'm giving the over under on the amount of time Mookie has his hands on that ball is like 1.5 seconds, and I'm smashing that under. There is no way that you do anything.
Yeah, because I would hot potato that shit so fast, like be John Stockton up in here, just be like, "Yep, keep it moving."
Oh my God.
Gabe bringing up a great point. He said Mookie versus UConn's women team. There's no way. I think Mookie against the Xavier women's team. There's no way. Mookie would
he's not putting up 21 and 5 against a good high school team, dude. Come on.
What? Okay, hang on.
Seriously, against a good.
Now we got to figure it out.
Hold on.
Now we got to figure it out.
I said a good high school team.
Mookie.
I would not resist to throw blows against a high schooler.
Can he get 21 and 5? Because I'm gonna say a D3 JV team. That's where Mookie can get 21 and 5.
D3 JV, is that high school?
Yes, D3 JV high school team. You could get 21 and 5.
All right.
But D3 varsity team, you're not getting 21 and 5.
Yo, look, like here's the thing. My mid range sometimes is wet. Other times it's very dry. But if I find that rhythm and then I put it on the floor and get fouled, I can sink free throws. That's cake.
That's cake.
The guy who doesn't play competitive basketball cannot say his shot is wet. I'm sorry. I can't abide by that.
I'm glad that we didn't just let that slide.
Hold on a minute here. Which one of us has a basketball hoop at their house?
Is that all it takes?
That's it. That's literally all it takes.
You just have to have a hoop at your house. Mookie's out there just backing down his wife. He's like, I can put up 21 and 5 against
actually. So funny story about that. I believe she's up 7-4 all time in pig. So,
Wow. In pig.
yeah,
Playing
well,
the man's version of pig.
So the guy who can't beat his wife in pig is going to go 21
Hey, look, Jenna Bear, she got moves, man. She's got a stroke. Like when
In the Big Ten too. He's gonna drop 21-5 in the Big Ten.
against an arch rival.
Oh my gosh. The visuals, just the visuals.
I still can't get past Mookie saying his shot is wet sometimes and dry other times.
Yeah, and dry other times. Can't forget that
it-
part of the equation.
I'm telling you, it just depends on the day. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with the sun and the way it's, hitting the eye. Sometimes it just all goes in. Can't miss.
You mean when the sun's in your eyes and you can't tell that it didn't go in, so you just
No,
figure it went in? Is that what you-
no, because
I'm
we
wet
do it
as
right.
shit.
We've got a metal net here, so you can hear it.
Hmm.
Yeah, none of this nylon shit.
You got a metal net
Yeah, dude.
on your basketball hoop on your house on a golf course? Does
it's
your
called- yeah.
HOA allow that? What is that? Wait,
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Don't you sit on the board? Who sanctioned?
Yeah, we had a great meeting tonight. I tell you, we banged that thing out in 25 minutes.
Gabe, do you live in the hood?
Dude, you should see all the Canadian geese up in here lately. It is crazy.
That didn't answer any question.
Yeah, well,
Guys, we all owe an apology to Marcus Jordan. Everybody, hands up. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Marcus.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mookie. Can you
Sorry.
give Marcus Jordan an apology, please?
my deepest sympathies.
Thank you. But say the words. I'm sorry. You can man
Oh,
up and just say
damn.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right, everybody in the chat, give an I'm sorry to Marcus Jordan, because when he got his DUI, it was reported that Marcus Jordan had cocaine in his possession, and everybody went to those pictures where where they spotted Marcus Jordan like doing coke, and they were like, "See, he's a cokehead. See, Marcus Jordan, he's a cokehead." That is blatantly, patently false. Marcus Jordan did not have cocaine on him when he got that DUI. It was ketamine. It was ketamine that he had, not cocaine. He had ketamine, and it just tested positive for cocaine, which apparently sometimes happens. So, apologies, Marcus Jordan.
SpaghettiOs. We got that one wrong. It's worse. Awesome. Turns out it's not the deadly cocaine. It's the much worse off ketamine.
What?
Hey, the
What is
goat,
with everyone and then ketamine? I don't get it, man.
the goat must be proud. Doing top tier drugs. Doing top tier. Only the rich ones have access to the ketamine, like enough to keep up an addiction. So, tip of the cap to him.
I just envisioned Marcus being like, "Dad, I didn't have cocaine on me. I swear." It was ketamine. Like, just arguing that I'm not in trouble. I didn't have cocaine. And Tank, right where my head was, Marcus Jordan could be the SpaceX VP now. He's got a spot in the Treasury Department at least.
No, there's something not quite white about him. I don't think he's gonna fit in at SpaceX.
Race card.
Even being the son of Jordan ain't gonna help him on that one.
Damn, if we had held off on getting rid of those DEI hires. We could have got them in the door, then put the axe to that one. Shit.
Oh, that would be the greatest response to that of all time. Foiled by DEI. Oh, shit.
Oh, that bar saying, I can't put my finger on why Marcus Jordan.
Yeah.
The Tyson saying, what's up, fuckos? That's a rude way to treat it. Forgot it was Tuesday. Tyson, to catch you up, Victor Wembanyama.
I'm dying.
Parents are there are parents that are Mookie. Mookie can get 21-5 in an NBA game.
That's the most
no.
That's the
I
most
think
important thing of what you missed. Is then he could easily get 21-5 in the Big Ten.
a Big Ten game.
My apologies. I just assumed you would have eventually stretched it out to the NBA too. Like I could've done it there, too.
No. I know my place. Like I may be, of Eastern European descent, but I'm not nearly tall enough for that to work out in my favor at the NBA level.
Right, because at the Big Ten level,
right there,
totally
I can find a way. I can, I can be
completely-
scrappy. I can work hard for it. Really get in there, being a student of the game. God damn it, Gabe. See, someone finally figured it out. He said 21 turnovers, 5 fouls. They wouldn't give you 5 if they didn't expect you to use them.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
All right.
We got some news here. What is happening? I'm hearing audio.
Yeah,
Do you
what
guys
the
have
hell is
audio
that?
coming through?
I do,
get
but it
audio.
sounded like there was like cars coming past. There was now.
I don't know
now
what
Mike's audio
ad
is
was
off.
playing.
What the hell was that?
Ad playing in the background on my computer. Get out of me, boys. You ever leave a website open too long and then an ad
it's
starts
that-
Oh
playing?
yeah,
Like,
say
where's
no
it
more.
Coming from? I
Leave a
can't find
website
it.
open
Turn
too
it off.
long. Yep, you could stop right there. Been there. No, don't come in. Wait, what?
So I got.
Shit, I
So I
forgot to
got
turn
to
Bluetooth
have. So I
off.
gotta have the
Turn
AirPods.
off the speaker. Turn off the speaker.
What was it, Christian said? You got to have the the headphones plugged in. Like you can't risk
Dude,
it.
those pesky Bluetooth connections, man. It's a you got to be extra careful with that shit, bro.
Someone starts a car and all of a sudden now it's on.
Yeah,
the
you
Yeah,
can't.
dude,
that's a
yeah.
dangerous game. That's a dangerous game right
It
there.
is, man. You got to make sure you turn off your location services and your Bluetooth before you get to stuff.
Get to stop.
Close your tabs. That is the oldest thing. And then it was me going, can anybody else hear
You
that?
were confused. I was like, I don't hear shit. Like, what? Although it did, it sounded like all of a sudden you were outside and like a car drove by you. I was like, wow,
Bro,
what is
it
that?
was so loud in my headphones that like
You guys hearing that too?
I thought one of the kids come in and was like, play. I was about to like smack somebody. And I'm like, no, it's
my
me, son of a
God.
bitch.
Oh shit!
All right.
It happens, 100 milligrams. That really that makes things happen, Mike. We saw it firsthand.
Thanks,
Yep.
said, you won't last 5 minutes playing this game. You
Oh,
can do it.
I've been wanting to test their theory, but also I'm like, I got work to do, so I'll worry about that later. Maybe next time.
I'm trying to get this over with real quick.
Yeah, I don't have time to worry about whether or not that's false advertising. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, shit. Scott, I wanted to get your impressions because the other night, Ovi had a hat trick. He's now a baker's dozen away from Gretzky's record, 25 games to play. How we feeling, man?
He's got this, man. This is
When do you think it happens this year, or do you think there's some fall off here?
I think he was on pace, but him getting hurt really threw things off a little bit. But I don't remember if he got back on pace or how close.
They just said he's got 13 goals to go. He's got a baker's dozen to go and 25 games left. So he's
yeah, he'll be fine.
It's looking good, right? What's his average? How many is the average a night?
Probably
How
like
many, what?
1. So he'd be probably less than. Maybe. I don't know. Dude, I didn't come here to math. I came to do that hockey. Like, what the shit is this, man? This is an ambush. This feels like after school with my kids. Like, what? Why am I doing homework? What is this? Fuck! I already passed.
I'm asking for how much he's averaging because, like Tyson pointed out, he was out for a month with a broken leg. He's still got a chance. Like, I mean, he's not pumping at the same clip, right?
No, but he'll be fine. He should get it. I'm saying he's getting it. He's got this, man.
Scott, are you feeling so confident because there's a really strong chance that the Capitals keep pushing hard for the playoffs and to maintain their seeding?
No, they're not making the playoffs, dude. Nice try.
Yeah, well, they're currently top of the conference with 84 points. Second place has got 72. So, I mean,
damn it,
Mike,
you sent in Mookie.
He did it. He got so mad at first.
He sent in Mookie. He sent in the idiot Trojan horse. It worked this time. Well played.
Thank you.
I had a 50-50 shot. Swing and a miss.
How confident you were. Even I know that. Even I know they don't have a shot.
Hey, I've learned that if you just double down and say it with your whole chest, what are they going to do? They can't question you. What if I just don't listen to them? I mean, I'm learning all sorts of stuff. So, you know.
It's pretty epic because you've got the Winnipeg Jets at 85 points. The Caps are 84. And then next closest in the league is the Stars at 76. So there's a lot of hockey left, though, as like we saw in the Four Nations face-off. A lot of hockey left.
Oh, Canada, baby.
Scott, what do you think about the updates on the rewind, the rubber match, if you will, of Four Nations?
What?
They're running it back. Are you excited to see them play again?
Am I excited to see who play again?
The Four Nations tournament.
Isn't that every 4 years or some shit? Like, they don't do that every year.
You might be thinking of the Winter Olympics, which are in 2026.
No, I'm not thinking of the goddamn Winter Olympics. I know about the Winter Olympics. Don't they have? Wait, doesn't hockey have I thought this was it, but don't they have a World Cup version, like their own thing?
No, this was a one-off event they did in preparation for the Winter Olympics in lieu of a NHL All-Star game. And Gary Mittman.
Well, I knew that it meant that
probably
they
not
didn't
going to
have
continue. So
it's not going to continue.
It's iffy. It's iffy. Some people are saying, it might be hard to get it back again after they have to take next year off for the Winter Olympics to have everyone compete for the national team.
Well, the good news is, timeline we're on, there probably won't be another one held either way. So congratulations to Canada for winning the first and last.
Oh, they are doing a World
It's a win. It's a win for democracy, though.
Look, if they bring back Four Nations, it will never be as epic as it was this time around, right? Like, the only reason why that felt so epic was because of everything.
Our president's an asshole.
Of hockey that amped it up, right? Yeah, Scott, that is the reason why. Like, if it feels like that, like Trudeau coming back with you can't take our country, you can't take our sport. Like, it was amped up.
The chick singing the Canadian national anthem and switching the lyrics about not becoming the 51st state.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why this is a big deal. That's why we wanted Canada to win.
Like, the next time around, it's not going to have the same feel, right? Like, you're not going to get all the people who don't normally watch hockey.
It depends on if Russia and China have invaded by then. It definitely won't have the same feel then. I can promise you that.
Well, no, because then the other two teams in the tournament will be Russia and China, and it'd be a very weird tournament.
Which is exactly why it won't have the same feel. And we'll be lucky if we're able to watch it. So, no. I'm thinking that this was a once-off for many reasons.
I'm kind of glad it's a once-off. I'm not gonna lie.
I am too.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's a good thing that it's a one-off, simply because it's never gonna recreate what it did this time around. Where, I mean, the people that I saw watching hockey, I'm like, you've never you don't understand the sport, but you are all about this and think you know everything just because you want to give Canada the middle finger at the end of this. Like, it was all just political theater. Scott, how you feeling about the end of the NHL seasons? We're getting close to the end here. How you feeling about playoffs? Who's the smart money on here?
Sounds like one of those 3 teams Mookie named just a minute ago.
The Red Wings. Put it all on Detroit, man.
That was the mookiest answer I've ever heard, Scott.
Well, I feel like I get a good shot of picking a winner if I pick one of the 3 teams you said were leading on points. Give me those 3 teams who take the field, huh?
All right, so Scott, let's let's say that Ovechkin gets the record in the regular season and then wins him a Stanley Cup. Does he ride off in the sunset and retire after this year?
I mean, I would think so, but these hockey goons, I mean, isn't fucking what's his name?
Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah, Jagr still
over 65. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I mean, I guess he'll maybe retire, kind of
unofficially play in the KHL.
Yeah, unofficially retire. Yeah, sure. I think he'll unofficially retire if
he'll average 8 goals a game and only finish second to Vladimir Putin for the league's leading scorer.
I wonder if he'll sign an autograph as one of our captors. Like, hey, I remember you, NHL leading goal scorer. You sign this for me. Thanks, Ovi.
You will speak when spoken to.
Oh man, I needed another.
Butt of the rifle to mouth.
Dark.
But sun's getting real low pretty soon, buddy. I promise you that. I like that. This is where Mookie drew the line. This is what finally got Mookie to walk away. Yeah, to walk away from the chair. It got real dark. We're talking about being controlled by Ovechkin in a concentration camp. Too far. Woo.
Hey, welcome back, Mook.
Yeah, I think I can cope now with an extra Miller latte.
Sarah said, good evening, gents. Sorry for my tardiness. Drinking a high wire hazy pitch, hazy IPA, dry hopped with tropical American hops, 7.2. She does not say whether or not it's a dog, but I will say it for her. That is a dog sounding beer. I'm all on board with that one. Sarah, there you go. You can't yell at me for missing your beer. I got your beer tonight, so no getting pissed off at me for forgetting.
And
Scott, any
Google, Sarah, 4.
Scott, any other hockey news you want to share with us before we close out doing that hockey?
Did the Red Wings and Blue Jackets play that outdoor game? That's coming up soon, isn't it? They're playing at Ohio State.
They are playing at Ohio State. It is. Is it this weekend, Mook?
I was going to say it's coming up soon. It might be on the 1st.
Yes. It's Saturday.
Nice. That shit looks dope.
It does, but dude, the prices are insane.
Yeah, my buddy got his dad tickets for Christmas, but they doubled as his birthday present too. But they were not cheap
for like the next 5 years. Like that, it was like $350 to get in upper tier at the Horseshoe. So like, think about how far away you're going to be from the fucking hockey rink, following all the teeny ass little puck around. Like that's nuts. I'm also intrigued because I think it's going to be like low 50s on Saturday. So, as a fan,
winter
that's
classic
perfect weather. But I don't know. It could be a really sloppy game with that ice. So it'll be fun to watch. My money is on the Jackets to cover, under to hit.
You always got to just shoehorn it in there, don't you, Mook?
Who isn't having fun because you're the party's degenerate gambler.
Did I tell you how I had a massive parlay while riding the stationary bike watching the Auburn-Alabama basketball game? It was literally, I had nothing else to do. I was captive. I put the bet in. My ride ended before the game ended. I went upstairs, completely forgot until later in the night. It was awesome. I made back all my money from the Super Bowl loss.
Thank God for that.
Mm-hmm.
All 13 cents.
Yeah, we'll say that.
That big money.
I meant all the money. So like all the pools and the squares and yeah. 17 cents.
Tyson said he was captive. I don't know. Normally, I don't always read the Tyson one, but it felt right in that.
I read it to myself and I chuckled to myself and I thought he shouldn't really bring that up, but it's damn funny. Nailed it.
So we
40 years old, giggling about your mom jokes on a Tuesday night. This is life right here.
Can't get better than that.
This is the apex.
Just wait till what is it next week or whatever? You'll say you're doing all those things after coaching, youth baseball, football.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's full circle, man. We've become full Americana at this point. Like we old.
Scott, we might have to do a segment about just Coach's Corner where we talk. We break down our week in 9U baseball. And then
actually, hold on. We got to talk about this because, Mike, you're the actual full-time coach now. And last year you were terrified of throwing BP. How the fuck is that going to work?
Because when I'm in charge, the assistant
you don't throw BP.
The assistant coaches throw BP. I'm over here working with the pitchers. I need you guys to go throw some BP for these kids. All right.
Okay, there you go.
And now I can when you're the assistant coach, you got to be like, all right, coach. Yeah. Sure. But nobody's going to tell me no. They can't be like, no, I ain't doing that. Be like, you're the assistant coach. Get out there, throw some BP. Here's a bucket.
Here's a bucket. Either piss down your leg into it or warm the boys up. Jesus.
Yes. Also, Scott, I don't know. My buddy in Florida told me I need to invest in a tennis racket because apparently all of the coaches in Florida warm the infield up and hit pop flies just with a tennis racket. And I'm so glad because my other big fear, besides beating a kid during batting practice, my other big fear is hitting infield and trying to get one into the outfield and just missing. And then everybody laughs at me.
Bro. Yeah, I've thrown BP and I can get on a rhythm and I can handle BP. I ain't doing fungos. I am never fungo guy. Every time I'm like, yo, you want to hit the boys some balls? No. And I'm about to be laughing at my ass, swinging and missing at every damn pitch. Hell no.
But apparently, if you get a tennis racket, it's a lot easier.
I'm sure it is, but again, there's still the chance that I just come up missing. Not here for it.
I know what pickle is, but what is fungo?
Fungo, you're hitting balls to the infield and the outfield. So the fungo is you're hitting the pop flies to the outfield.
Yeah, you're just directing. You're just
them hey guys, all right, we got a runner on first. Where's our play? Second base, that's right. And then you hit one into the outfield and you get the cutoff man. But it's terrifying because when you throw the ball up and swing and then it just falls and all the 8-year-olds laugh at you and you're like, I just run, go grab a pole.
When you're sitting there trying to hit it to the shortstop and you keep pulling it and you're hitting it everywhere but the shortstop. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm not good at directing. It's like making contact is one thing, and then actually having directional control over it, another thing. Those are just two skills I'm not confident with in front of the kids. Not here. I feel like
I'm the third time. It's just God damn it, Billy, just go to second base. There we
go. hey, look, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, you don't need it. It'll come off the bat here. Look, I threw it out there. It's the same thing. All right, you grab your stick. We're skipping it on the ground.
Off and just finally throwing it. Give me my glove. I'm just whipping them.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't do. That'd be me having to be in my garage, practicing with the directional fungos before I ever debuted in front of the kids. No, thank you. Jimmy's dad's doing that shit.
See, like this is what cracks me up because Matt Barr put it exactly the same way I was thinking you guys were going to say it. Is he said he imagined Mike hitting a piss missile straight at the hot corner and rocking Johnny in the mouth. I'm like, that's what I
what's
thought you guys
likely
were
to happen.
afraid about.
So that's why you swing and miss and look like an idiot, because you're not trying to
hit
rip
it
one
off.
So you're trying to like. Not only are you trying to place it where you need to because you're going around the horn, you're like, all right, place it first, and you got to hit to third base and then to short. But then you're also trying not to rip one as fast as you can at an 8-year-old. So between like holding up and then also trying to place it, it's a freaking disaster.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can get it around the infield, no problem. I don't have an issue like going, but once it's like, all right, right field, heads up. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Damn it.
Yes. Yes.
That's where you hit him with the, hey, you always got to be ready. Always got to be on the balls and feet. Always
Oh,
be on
no
toes,
doubt,
guys.
no
That's what
doubt.
that is.
That was just to make sure you're ready, shortstop. You're not paying any attention. See, I told you, you never know when the ball's coming. You got to stay ready. Get on your damn toes. Quit talking.
That's on you for not having your head on swivel. Don't look at me. You're the reason you got hit in the face.
And then, hey, right field. Hey, look alive. It's coming at you.
After a while, it's
not
just
telling
like,
them.
hey, you never know where it's going, boys. You never know where it's going. That's just
No doubt.
hey, coach, all the ground balls have come to first base. Can you hit it somewhere else? Nope, sure can't. You need to work on it.
If I could, don't you think I would, son? Take a lap. See, and this is Sarah's saying this is why she doesn't coach anything, and this is exactly why I can't wait to coach, because Mike, you hit on it earlier. When you're the one to whistle, everyone's got to listen to you. Don't matter how pathetic or how out of control you might look. You know, if you let your friends in and go and do things that they might not be legally allowed to do, and so a court sorry, we're not doing that anymore. That's the fun part of being the coach. You're in charge, so whatever you say goes.
I've seen enough Disney movies that I feel like I'm going to be able to step in as the coach of this team, and we're going to win the championship. Like I'm going to win over this ragtag bunch of kids, and we're going on undefeated season coming up here. We're going to have our issues. We're going to have some struggle, some off the field stuff, but we're going to get through it. We're winning. We're going undefeated.
Don't let Charlie's mom hit on you.
What's the name of the team?
I can't say the name of the team because I don't want
That's fair.
School
That's
to be
fair.
upset with me.
Do you have like a mascot at least though? Because like if you got a terrible mascot, if you're like Blue Lightning, like that's never gonna play well. It's got to have a good Disney Channel name, like
They're the
Little
Kings.
Giants. I don't fucking know. You're gonna Little Giants it. There you go.
It's the Kings. But yes, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Mm.
Tank also had asked earlier, how much money did you drop on ridiculous neon sunglasses? Bro, you got to go Oakley's. Like I'm basically
Oakley's are so cool.
I am looking like I'm about to film a video in my truck that rants about how great Elon Musk is in the sunglasses that I bought. And yes, Tank, it is mandatory to have a lip ring while coaching baseball. You got to have one in. Teach the kids. Right. Guys, did we start talking football yet?
No, we did not.
Someone played the drop at some point. It wasn't me though.
Dude,
I know that.
Steve Smith Sr. is wild.
Play the football drop.
Steve Smith Sr. Got called out on Twitter. Twitter user tweeted out saying, Steve Smith Sr. fucked my wife, and I got the receipts. And he tagged AB. He tagged ESPN. He tagged
Antonio Brown?
Oh yes, the one and only AB. The real AB.
I missed that part.
Oh yeah.
Because when you want to break news,
You
tag
AB.
AB 84.
Right.
That's
Yes.
where I'm going.
Well,
first.
you know that he gonna troll. Like you've seen the work of Antonio Brown on Twitter, so that's who you send it to if you want the attention to really get amped up. I like the calculated nature of this guy.
He gets absolutely dragged for putting this out into the world. He called Steve Smith at one point and got an "I'm sorry" on the phone. Like Steve Smith was just like, I don't know, sorry. But then he continued to post. Like,
do you think he hit him with he called him, and then you know how that you can press the button now on the phone to record, and then like the thing pops and it's like, this call is now being recorded. Like, do you think he hit him with that? Like, hey, Steve Smith, click, this call is now being recorded. I'm so and so, and you're banging my wife. And he like, what? Why do you call him? I mean, Twitter's enough, right?
Apparently not, because he wanted to get this out in front of Steve Smith. He wanted him to know. So Steve Smith, I mean, he didn't deny it. He was like, sorry, man. But he can't deny it because the text messages that this dude posted were very graphic. Like talking about how he wants to put his Steve Smith Sr. down her throat and saying that she would like that. And she's like, I would like that. And then at one point she said, you rearranged my IUD. Like there was some graphic ass shit.
Where's Fletcher Cox when you need him?
That's what I was feeling about all this, because I realized Steve has no text game whatsoever. At one point, she was like, "Oh yeah, you would love to come on me," and he's like, "Noted." Like that was the response.
Yeah, I did see that. That was the exchanges were weird. Also, she had him saved in her phone as just number 3. That was funny too. like she hid him in the phone as just under the number 3. And one of the messages or one of his posts or something he had said, because he logged in under her account on Facebook and was like, oh hey, I'm banging Steve Smith, and my husband found out, like pretended he was her. But one of them, he posted that that's how he had found out that the number was hidden under just the number 3. Steve Smith is diabolical for this one. Like and his selfie game, sitting there taking the under chin selfies. That's what really I think killed me, was he took some, he just sending his lover some selfies, but it's like taking the straight, like the dad selfie, just underneath in his lap, just all underneath his chin, and there's how many neck rolls you got. It just not a good look at all, Steve. Like not just something that you wouldn't want to get out.
Well, and how did they meet exactly?
She's a
part of the band.
Yeah, the
Ravens
band. So
and he still works for the Ravens in some, like he works for NFL Network, but he still works for the Ravens in some capacity. Like he has some type of affiliation with the organization.
Yeah, that's a choice. But hey,
one time he met this chick at band camp.
Thank you, Scott. I think yours were turning. It just wasn't going anywhere.
Matt Barr said someone said she looked like Jeff Van Gundy, and I lost it. And I am trying to get a picture of this.
Oh yeah, the one photo she did kind of look like Jeff Van Gundy. There was some better photos of her than the original one, but yeah, she did. The one photo, I know which one he's talking about. She definitely looked like Jeff Van Gundy.
I think I found one. We can pull this one up here. Hold on. Let's share this one here. Yep, very Jeff Van Gundy like. That's that's Jeff Van Gundy.
That looks like that's like me with the female filter on. Like you see it. Like that's Jeff Van Gundy with a Ravens hat on and long hair.
Wow. Maybe she knows how to play the oboe well.
Tyson said like a hot Jeff Van Gundy, or just like Jeff Van Gundy.
I mean,
I gotta plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, like,
It's a solid question though.
The dude deleted his Twitter account after the
Did he?
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was still
he
when
got-
I heard about the story Sunday, like it was one of those, like when I wake up Sunday morning, I usually just like, what kind of crazy shit happened overnight. And usually that sucks me down a deep dark hole. But this, I was like, why is Steve Smith trending? And then I saw this, and he hadn't deleted it then. Like
he was digging in for a while, and he's like, I don't care that it makes me look bad. Like, the world needs to hear about this. And then I think finally the pressure just got to him.
Yeah, enough memes and gifs hit his account, clowning him, and he's like, all right, I'm out. I mean, I feel bad.
The selfie of Steve Smith became a meme, and like I'm sure that started circulating, and at that point you're like, yeah, I'm out. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap out here. Other NFL news, it's reported that the Green Bay Packers have pushed to try to ban the Tush Push. They've submitted a request to review the rule.
What a bitch made. So bitch made to be out here. Oh, let's ban and move the other team's doing. If this is some cheesehead bullshit, they'd be all about it. But it's not our idea. It's not working for us. So let's get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. God.
Mookie, what do you think? Keep the Tush Push or ban it?
I don't ban it yet. I want to see them have one more season to try to figure out how to stop this. Because I saw some video today of I think it was Chandler Jones in the Super Bowl. Like he kind of lined up sideways, like the soccer players when they're behind the wall, and they kind of like shoved him. It's like a piece of plywood almost to try to stop the Eagles. It was interesting. I want to see offense or defenses have one more year to try to stop this thing before you outlaw it.
I think they should have as many years as they want because it's stupid to outlaw play. Like as Matt Barr is saying in the comments, just get good, learn how to stop it. Don't be bad at your job. Stop the Tush Push, and then you don't have to ban anything.
Yeah, you know what? Here's an easy solution. Maybe don't let him get to your 1 fucking yard line.
Yeah. You know how you stop the Tush Push? Make it 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 1. Like there you go. There now the Tush Push is done. It's out. It's obsolete. You're right, Mook. I'm shocked to say it. Mookie's 100% right on something.
Sweet, that's it. Y'all been great tonight.
They should have got rid of the tuck rule while we're at it.
You'll never walk alone. Go Horns.
Like while we're getting rid of bullshit rules.
Tyson saying also bring back the shift. Yeah, they should. There should. And he also said, is anyone surprised the Packers are the team crying to the league? There was questions as to who it was that had submitted the rule, Scott. And I do think if you had 5 guesses, you would be able to get the Packers within 3. That would have been one of my first 3 guesses was the Packers that complained about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty white. Yeah, like I
Race card.
I'd guess them, the Bengals, because they always dissent or just hate on some shit. There's always just like, there was 1 vote, and it's always Mike Brown. So I'd guess them.
In fairness, that's just because Mike Brown fell asleep and didn't do the first part of the
Listen, Scott, it was just abstain. You know what he said? He just said pass.
It's like auto draft. Like he just fell asleep and it's just automatically. It's like, he missed his pick, so he's just on auto draft the rest of the way. Auto no out here by Mike Brown. But I say Packers.
Let me assume it's a no.
Yeah, Packers, Bengals, and like Bob Kraft. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a Jarrah thing because that seems like something he'd be like, why don't we got our boys doing that? That's something we need to be doing. Like teaching them how to do, not getting rid of it. Like he'd be trying to get the next Bush. He'd be like, why aren't you doing that, Dakota? It's right. You the results ain't there. I'm calling your black ass Dakota. Yeah, you heard me, black ass. It's right. We're not hiding it anymore. Wait, what?
Did Jerry Jones try to fire some of the Cowboys in the name of DEI?
and then he had to ask him back because then they'd just be dead cap space.
Yeah, needed a new quarterback for sure. Yeah, is Cooper Rush? Is Cooper Rush still available?
I could totally see Jerry Jones coming out of a press conference. Today we've released Dak Prescott mainly because he's a DEI hire. Let me introduce our new quarterback. Life's just a bunch of glory holes again, everybody. Tank wanted to know, could the defense just tush push a nose guard? Like, can we turn this just into like a rugby scrum where one side's tush pushing, the other side's tush pushing, and it's just a tush push push tush, like just back and forth until finally.
Excuse me, a what?
A tush push push tush, because it'd be like a tush push push tush, like it's a
Okay.
same backwards and forwards, right?
How long did you practice that today?
Well, the fact that Tank just said the comment like 30 seconds ago, and I didn't know he was going to say that comment, off the top of the dome. Mookie, I could go 21-5 running this show. Like,
easy. Hey, my guy, very, very professional.
Tush push isn't the only thing that may be changing next year. They're talking about changing the kickoff rules again. Because
what?
Let's just keep messing with those.
Oh my God, just do away with them.
No. They need to get more kick returns, Scott. That's what the people come to see is kick returns. So we need more of those. So they are now possibly looking at moving the touchback if the ball is kicked through the end zone up to the 35 instead of the 30, which was actually what it was originally at. But right before they put it to vote, they were like, let's make that the 30 instead of the 35. So that was the original plan anyways, was to have that to the 35, and then it got altered at the last second. The other thing that they're looking at doing is moving the kickoff back 5 yards, so the team would be kicking off from their own 30 instead of from their 35. None of which feels like anybody gives a shit. I'm not going to lie. Like, this feels like the worst way to try to fix this rule, I guess. I mean, do you see any benefit here, Scott?
No, let's just go back to how they were playing football in the 1930s, because everything in the 1930s was cool. See, exactly. CTE was around in the 1930s. We didn't know better. I'm not here for the bullshit with the kickoffs. Just eliminate them. Just get rid of them. Treat them like a yeah. I mean, just treat them like a government entity. Boot them.
Everything was better in the 30s. Like everything.
That's what my government tells me now. Everything that was old is new again. So we got government like it's 1930s in Germany. We'll have football like it's 1930s in the US.
Hard, right? Mookie, what do you think about these proposed kickoff changes? My face hurts.
I forgot.
My face hurts.
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah,
it's 3rd and 2.
I got so lost. I forgot what the rules were.
Something 35, but then another thing could be the other 35.
Like, back moves up from the 30 to the 35. Kickoff moves back from the 30 to from the 35 to the 30. Those are your differences that they're talking about.
Cool.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Hey, what? Kickers' lives matter.
No, they don't.
Oh, right. Then why are we doing this?
Good point. Why are we doing this? We should talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit.
Fellas, we gotta pour one out here. Because this week we lost an icon in the baseball world. It's one of the things that I look forward to every single year. It's an exciting thing that happens in baseball, and there aren't many of those left. So I like it when we have an exciting thing to hold on to. The Philadelphia Phillies had a score bug that whenever they played the Pirates, we would get a poop game. The Pirates logo, 2 zeros in the score, and then the Phillies logo gave us the poop game. And it would go through social media every single time, and everybody was really excited. It's like, it's the poop game. But the poop game is no more because NBC Philly has changed their score bug, and now it shows the team names, like the abbreviations of the cities. So for Philadelphia, it's PHI, no longer the logo. They've also switched it so that it's team name score. The poop game is gone. Why are we changing all the score bugs? Can we leave score bugs alone? Score bugs are fine. We don't need to change score bugs. Scott, were you a fan of the poop game?
I was a fan. When that story dropped that they had, eliminated based off the new graphics, I didn't realize it was the Phillies broadcast. I thought that was just a one of the regional broadcasting things. Like I didn't realize it was specific to Philly. I knew that it seemed like it was always Philly, obviously Philly and Pittsburgh playing, but if they played in Pittsburgh, I guess I didn't make the correlation that it was their network. So, RIP though, man.
Mookie, how you feeling?
Dark days.
Every game that the Phillies play is poop, as far as I'm concerned about that.
I was really hoping, though, honestly, that you were going to say they killed the Philly fanatic. But
why would you want that to happen?
I love the Philly
Speaking of hard right turn, motherfucker, how dare you?
Look, what is your problem with Philadelphia mascots? Because you don't like Gritty. You don't like.
I hate Gritty. Yeah.
What is your issue?
Well, so here's my issue with the Philly fanatic. It beat up my man Charlie. Like, it's not cool, man.
No. This goes deeper than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference. You've got an issue with the city of Philadelphia altogether. You have problems.
To be fair, so do I. But I love their mascots. I hate their people.
Mookie, what is your issue with the Philadelphia mascots? Is it just because they're hairy? Is that your problem?
Honestly,
blue blob.
I think really it's Gritty. I slipped for a minute there. I don't think I mind the Philly fanatic, but if he's associated with Gritty, then like he can also get fucked.
I think
murdering the mascot is wild.
I meant they kill it off. Like you write the character off.
Well, that's a take.
Just asking questions.
No, you're out here killing mascots. You wanted to stab Gritty in the heart and then feed it to the Philly fanatic.
I mean, wow. If that's what it takes, I guess.
Your words, not
my
mine.
words. Oh, well, but we'd be done with Gritty, right?
All right. Now you got to do it, Mook. Sip, chug, drain, pour. Philadelphia Eagle, Gritty, or the Philly fanatic.
Well, obviously, pour, drain, Gritty. Obviously. Wrong. I'm gonna sip the Eagle and chug the fanatic.
Scott, would you like to give Mookie the correct sip, chug, drain, pour on this one?
Absolutely. You sip the fanatic, you chug the ever-loving shit out of Gritty.
Bingo.
And you drain pour the Eagle.
Bingo.
I mean, look at the
face. I was a mascot. I was a collegiate mascot. That's the correct take. I don't know how you could hate Gritty. Gritty is everything that a mascot should be. Just a goofy, inanimate object. Like this is. Don't try to get Tank on your side here.
I don't need to try. He's on my side. Like Tank agrees with me.
No, the fanatic. Because the fanatic came first, so he's the OG. But then Gritty, it's just supposed to be something goofy off the wall like that. Like. It's either that or a real life mascot. Those are the two.
Even real life mascots are a little weird to me. I'm not a big.
They are weird, but I'm saying it's unique because it's its own category. Like not many teams can actually have one, right? So that's what makes them unique. But those are the only two that are even anything else in between. It's why bother?
Mookie, why do you hate Gritty? Let's get to the bottom of this. I want to understand. Why do you hate Gritty?
Because he's just
fun. You hate
awful.
fun.
No, he is an awful tool. Like, there's so many of his little scenes and appearances where he's just a freaking punk, man. And what even is he other than like a rejected cousin it?
So you don't like that Gritty is popular, is what I'm hearing here. Because the reason why
yes, he didn't earn. That's exactly right.
He did earn it. You know how he earned it?
How did he earn
like
it?
That.
What did he do?
He looked like that, and he shook his belly, and he danced, and he made us laugh, Mookie. He earned it.
His belly shaking earned him the spot he has in humanity.
Yes.
That's not correct. Like, he hasn't earned shit.
Tank said, Matt Barr, sorry, I thought that was Tank. Matt Barr said Mike doesn't like real life mascots because he couldn't be the ND Leprechaun. Yeah, you don't get in. You can't be the Leprechaun, but I wanted to be. I had aspirations. At first, when I was little, I was like, I want to play quarterback at Notre Dame. And then I didn't grow. And I was like, I just want to be the Leprechaun at Notre Dame. And then so like, oh, damn. Guess I'll just go to Xavier and be the blue blob.
Hey, not a bad second option, if you ask me. Not bad.
Why? You probably hate him. He's the same thing.
What? No, blue blob is an American
almost
treasure.
The exact same thing. Almost the exact same thing.
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
Scott, I want to ask you, some big baseball news came out this week that MLB and ESPN are ending the MLB and ESPN are ending their agreement at the end of this year. MLB is backing out. There's like 3 years left on the deal, and now they're just going to end it after this season. You won't be able to find baseball on ESPN. No more Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. It also means some rights issues because is ESPN going to have rights to show highlights on SportsCenter? Like, Scott, this is what I'm worried about because the last time we saw a sport lose coverage on ESPN was the NHL, and it caused the sport to just completely fall off the map. All momentum it had, everything was just done. So is this one of the last nails in the coffin for baseball? Like, is this going to finally push baseball behind soccer?
No. This was a mutual agreement, and really it was MLB just being like, you aren't fucking covering us, so like, what's the point of this anymore? Like, they're sick of just having it be talking heads sitting there with more or less 24/7 NFL coverage and with a little bit of NBA on the side. So they just were like, hey, all right. Plus, I mean, if they came in and were just like, fire A-Rod, and ESPN was like, no, I'd be like, all right, we're done. That'd have been enough for me. Like, you didn't have to go very far to end this agreement. And it's a different time with than it was for the NHL. Like, if on a serious note, like, no, I don't think this is anything because nobody watches ESPN anymore. It's not like I can't remember the last time I was like, let me go sit down and watch some highlights on ESPN. Like, that's not a thing anybody says in 2025. So, and more the point, like they surely weren't saying, let me go watch some baseball highlights on ESPN because that's not a thing. So I don't know how much this affects anything. Like, I am curious about the question you raised though, about how this is right. It's like, I mean, because it's like, all right, they don't have the coverage necessarily anymore, but like, are they still gonna? They're still gonna like show anything MLB related, like at all, like.
Yeah,
Nothing.
because that's normally part of the broadcast agreement.
It's the highlight package.
Yeah, you get the highlight packages. So that's why like the CW getting ACC games was such a big deal because they're like, we have rights to like show highlights.
Oh yeah.
Do any type of like, that's a big deal for a network to have access to that because not only that, then the networks could potentially license it out depending on how the contract is structured. So they could, like NBC could then license it out to ESPN. Be like, well, you don't have this, but ESPN having to. Gabe said ESPN bet though, if you know. But so yeah, ESPN may not be able to show any baseball highlights depending on how things are structured with the league. Mookie, how do you feel about this as a non-baseball fan? Like Sunday Night Baseball, even non-baseball fans had to be, into Sunday Night Baseball during the summertime.
Nope.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Why are you the way you are?
Here's the thing. I would
baseball, man.
I would watch Sunday Night Baseball, but I didn't want to watch the hour and a half pregame show. Like, I wanted to see like 2 baseball games. Give me more live
Also
action.
acceptable would have been. I didn't want to watch A-Rod. I just want to know that A-Rod, because let's make sure we shit on A-Rod, because A-Rod was getting a good publicity this week, because this motherfucker hit half court shot and the kid won some money, got some scholarship, and it was all like, oh, look at A-Rod. And I was like, no. People don't forget. He's a giant human piece of shit. And we shouldn't celebrate anything that A-Rod does. And if I was that kid, I'd have turned down that scholarship on principle. I'm like, no, I don't want this money from this douchebag hitting a shot. And I get anybody else in the universe to hit this half-court shot. And if they don't, I'd be like, hey, is Big Poppy available?
Scott, I would love. This is what we need to do. We are launching your midterm election campaign, and you're not even running for yourself to get elected. All your entire platform is going to be just like, A-Rod still beats the shit, y'all. Just so you know, I don't care who you vote for, but just remember, A-Rod's still a piece of shit. Because I'm convinced, man. Fuck that guy.
First debate, Mr. Kaiser, this question is for you. The economy is something that a lot of the American people are worried about. We want to know how you would intend to improve the inflation that's hitting our country. I just want y'all to know A-Rod's a piece of shit. I yield my time.
All right, just spout something off, say whatever you believe. It's all good.
Hey, but also know that daylight savings time.
Also a scumbag.
No, he's not. Next question.
Oh, fucking city. All right. The other big baseball news, Scott. The Yankees have done it. They have reversed.
These fucks. They're not getting any credit. They're not getting any credit either. Fuck these assholes.
No, you know how bad this is, Mike? You know how bad this is? Jenna said some shit to me about this. She goes, hey, did you see what the Yankees did? And I was like, yeah, those assholes. She goes, I know, right? Like, that's how low this stoops.
They're allowed to have facial hair, guys. That's a big deal. Come on, you can have a beard.
Oh, yeah. Well, they can have a well-kept beard. You know what? I can't wait to. Apparently, Dorian dropping it on us that Big Poppy is the Dominican Steve Smith. Well.
Poppy's out here rearranging IUDs too. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, and I bet he did a half-court shot better than A-Rod too. I guarantee you that. What were we talking about?
The Yankees.
Oh yeah, the facial hair. Fuck those guys. What a stupid fucking rule. And it's like 2 weeks too late because Devin Williams gets traded there, shaves off his beard, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna, we're taking this away.
How pissed are you if you're Williams?
So pissed, so fucking pissed. Imagine conforming to something that your new job mandates, and then the minute you get, and it's not, it's not just something, just simple, but. You get there, and the minute that you get there, you do the thing, and then they're like, nah, just kidding, we're changing our policy. Oh, I'd be fucking livid. I'd be fucking just mad as hell. I believe it's a free agent after this year, so I hope he's like, yeah, I would resign there, but fuck them and their bullshit facial hair policy, even if they changed it. They were just trying to pander to me for the 1 year I was there, so fuck them.
Such a kick in the dick to shave, and then them being like, just kidding, you didn't really do that, did you? Oh man. Nah, you didn't have
and I also hope that the playoff beards, I hope that they grow them, and I hope they get unwieldy.
Well, not everybody's growing them, because did you see Aaron Judge was like, well, I just feel like some things need to be. It teaches. I hope we get to keep some of the other rules because discipline's important, and I just feel like it teaches discipline.
Eat your vegetables and say your prayers. Shut up.
You didn't give us homework today.
Hey, you know what? Get braces. Fix your fucking teeth, bro. How about that? Teach the youth that you should have a good set of chompers instead of walking around being a fucking multimillionaire with fucking fucked up ass front teeth. How about that? You got any more words of wisdom, AA Ron?
I mean, I think I got one for this. Just roast him, Scotty. Just roast him.
Oh no, I mean that's it. Yeah, I mean that was it.
That was actually good producing right there, Mookie.
What can I say? Some people say I'm a professional. I don't know if I believe them.
Yeah.
Bar said he's allowed to have that tooth gap, but other guys can't have beards. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Oh, man, I love it.
Wrong time to come in on take. Read the room, Aaron. Nobody asked you.
Ever.
You think like he gave that interview like right as the rumors were circulating? He's like, well, I don't think we should give that up. And then they're like, every player that we talked to said we need to give this up.
Oh,
and he's
no
like,
doubt.
oh, God damn it. So
Yeah, that's exactly how that went. Like he thought being the face of the franchise and El Capitan, and he'd get the crowd behind him. This is how the white people want it. It's a tradition. Make sure you look professional. And just like always, Leopard bit his face off. Son of a bitch. Like the actually crowd hit him with no, in 2025 it's actually cool to have beards, so fuck off, Aaron.
You might have some legs there because even Hal's press conference, he was like, there's a lot of people that have beards. Our vice president has a beard. There's congressmen who have beards. Lots of people have beards. Like,
MAGA's made beards cool again, so it's okay, folks. We'll allow beards.
Didn't think we were allowed to wear beards, but then JD Vance came up here on stage and he had a beard, so beards are in. Also, you're allowed to wear eyeliner if you prefer. No judgment here.
Have a beard on your face, just don't have a beard.
No, actually, better advice: have a beard. Cover that shit up because keep that on the DL. Just tap your foot in the restroom. Jerry Jones just pops up like glory holes. All right.
Sell out.
Unpaid child support. Woo.
So about these beers we were drinking, eh?
Mookie, I got a quick soccer story for you, then we'll get out of here. JJ Watt is the co-owner of a soccer team. Is it Burnley, Mookie?
Yes.
That he's the co-owner of?
Yes,
so
sir.
Burnley's goalkeeper, James Trafford, texted JJ Watt back in December and was like, hey, let me run something by you, mate. How about you come out of retirement and play for the Bengals? Because apparently Trafford is a Cincinnati Bengals fan. And JJ Watt responded back, you keep a clean sheet the rest of the year, and it's a deal.
Wow.
Yeah, right, Mook? Pretty
noted
crazy.
Liar, JJ Watt.
Well, JJ Watt is that butthole's getting a little puckered because since sending that text message, Trafford has now currently an 11-game scoreless streak going.
I mean,
there's only like 13 games left. Mook, one of the games he saved 2 penalty kicks.
That's
two
nuts.
penalty kicks that he saved to keep the clean sheet. 11 straight since the text message was sent. JJ Watt was out here putting out pictures of properties that are for sale in Cincinnati, and he's like, this is getting kind of serious. I better hit the gym. Like he's starting to sweat a little bit as Trafford is just dominating. Mookie, how difficult is that to go 11
that's
games?
nuts. That is astounding. Well, if I Googled, I would find what the streak is in the EPL, but that's very impressive, especially because Burnley's not exactly a top flight team. I mean, they're a solid squad, but you're going to come up against,
right? So they're just below EPL.
No, they were promoted, I thought.
I think they're in the championship tier. I don't think they're in the
Let me see.
EPL.
Well, that's even more impressive than. Oh shit, they are in the championship. Holy crap, 11 scoreless. Yeah, because that's a banger league, man. Like, there's not a lot of defense that's played there. They just go slam bodies and put the ball in the back of the net. But 11 straight games without a single goal. Sounds like it's time to fade Burnley. That's all I'm thinking, man, because it's bound to snap here, and all you got to do is have to have one hit, and it'll be worth it.
There it is, the degenerate gambler. Let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. We're rating them, as always, on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what was in your mug, dog or no dog?
I was drinking Salon Noir and Toxic Brewing Company's Collabo Chocolate Raspberry Porter, 6%. It's a dog. And I will be getting more beers from salons, apparently.
Genius. It's genius. Because now you can't get upset when your wife goes like, I'm about to go spend $150 to get my hair done. All right, fine, but bring home a sixer. Like,
I know. I'm like, whoa, this sixer only cost me like $175. It's not a bad deal.
Not bad at all.
No.
Oh boy, it's like back in the subscriptions.
I mean, in this economy, it's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Price of eggs is a pretty good deal. Just saying.
I saw this.
Lower the prices of beer day one.
Dude's playing poker with eggs, man. Like out here just throwing 18 packs down on 5-card stud.
I wouldn't do that. You only gamble with what you're willing to lose, and I am not willing to gamble away
18 eggs.
18 eggs.
Yeah,
hell no.
That's what they're doing in the high stakes room. I had lime cucumber gose, absolute dog. Crushed it. Wish I had to, but man, perfect mix of tart and just drinkable beer.
I was drinking Space Dream from Other Half. It's a double dry hopped oat cream IPA. It's a dog. It's also a two-brusher.
Oh yeah,
that has to be.
Yeah,
as easy as that motherfucker was.
That was chewy by the end, fellas. That's
chewy.
You know what it was? That was a beer.
That was a beer, and this was a show. Real good show. This was a fun one, fellas. We were very informative. We had some jokes. We brought some levity, but we also brought some serious topics to the forefront here tonight. I'm proud of us. We did some good work. Thank you,
history
guys.
lesson thrown in. Woo! 1930s.
Thank you guys for tuning in and sticking with us through these goofiness that we do here every Tuesday night. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Pump those numbers up, help us out. Find a friend that would like this too. Send them the link. Tell them to subscribe. Let's grow this out. Be sure to follow us at Crafty Sports. We're on, unfortunately, still on X. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. So go follow us on all those. And join the Facebook group. It's basically the show in between the show. Comment section come to life. It's the only reason to have Facebook, so go join that. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. Go sub and rate, review all of those podcasts. Last show of February, boys. We made it to March. We'll see y'all next week. Cheers.
Snow bunnies for Black History Month. I see you, Gabe.
You'll never walk alone. Horns up.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on,